A fundamental goal of human development is the emergence of a self sustaining, self regulated human being who can live in concert with fellow human beings in a social context. That quote from Gabor Mate is from the book When the Body Says No, The Cost of Hidden Stress. And that actually might be a great book to revisit right now with the higher levels of stress that we're experiencing. I was taken by this quote in terms of this work because we're seeing a lot of self sustaining, self regulated humans who can live with other humans. And we're also seeing a lot that can't, where there's no capacity there for seeing other people as people or seeing the shared humanity that we have. And it's really distressing and scary when we're seeing that. To some extent, we might be seeing that in friends and partners and children that we're with or other people that we're in contact with, to maybe not a high degree, but we're certainly seeing that most of us are struggling on some level with our nervous system. There's a lot of fear here right now. And the focus today is to work with how can we connect with other human beings and what does that look like for us? There's a wonderful book called The Fifth Sacred Thing by Starhawk. She's a writer and activist and witch, lives in San Francisco. And she wrote that book in the 90s. And if anybody's interested in a pretty substantial read, it's a big book. But she really understands community and how the dynamics of that work together. And there's epidemics in this book, and very interesting in reading that book now. She talks a lot in the book, she describes a lot about community and the strength that we need to do the work of transforming society and to transform our culture into a place where we want to live and where we feel safe and protected, is that we need to be able to tap into community to get the strength to do that. So she says, community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter, a circle of healing, a circle of friends, somewhere where we can be free. And I really feel that describes our community here. Arms to hold us when we falter, and somewhere where we can be free. And where we bring our own strength to the community so that we're not feeling like we're the only one who's working towards this. We have a community of people that are valuing what we value and want to live with compassion and kindness and connection, and that we can do that together. That we all feel fear and we don't all feel powerless. And the reason that I wanted to focus on doing our part is because we feel so much better when we take action. And the action can be many, many different things. The action can be starting to have a panic attack and then breathing and relaxing our body and knowing in our own experience through that we can actually downregulate our own system. And it can be the free meals that restaurants are providing for truckers, and it can be the donations and the neighbors who are getting each other's groceries, and it can be all kinds of things. Helping us to see where we can take action is really important because it helps us to feel a sense of agency. And even though we still are in the same situation, we still don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who is going to get the virus, who's going to survive, who's going to die. But we feel like we're able to contribute. It's really important to us as human beings to contribute to something good in our culture, in our society, our community. And so taking action is really important. One of the quotes from Viktor Frankl, who wrote Man's Search for Meaning, was a Holocaust survivor, is when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And when people are speaking about the opportunity for awakening, and we don't want to go back to the normal greed and disconnection of our culture and society. This is what we can be doing here, is challenging ourselves to work really skillfully with our fear and try to remain connected to people, even the ones that we disagree with, and to find ways that we can honor ourselves and each other and honor our change that's possible in all of us. So let's pause here for a moment. There's the quote from Gabor Mate about a self-functioning, self-regulating human being who can function in society. And Starhawk talking about the strength in community and how we can all contribute. And Viktor Frankl about challenging ourselves to meet this new reality, to transform ourselves. Sit with that. Notice the thoughts that are coming, going in your system, the energy in your body. And there might be thoughts of, I can't do this, I don't like it the way it is, some kind of resistance. And if that's the case, we might want to work with welcoming that. We could use the thank you phrases. We could just kind of sit with it in a wordless way and say, you know what, it's okay that I feel this way too. I'm allowed to feel hopeless. It's okay if I feel powerless, if I feel angry or resentful. Let's give ourselves a minute to really sit in with that. Whatever's happening in here is fine. And stay really steady through your breath, through your body. Be aware of your feet on the floor. I can welcome whatever is here. And you could savor each of these phrases. Just let it kind of drop into your mind. See what the ripple effect is. We are in this together. I'm not alone. Whoever that we might be, our worldwide humanity, it could be our community, it could be the people that are in this class right now together, this group, it could be your friends. We are in this together. I'm not alone. And notice your breath. See if you could relax your shoulders, relax your body, let your breath be kind of easy. I can do my part. So, this is a bit of a reverse inquiry because there might be some kind of collapse here as well. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have anything to offer. So, if that's the case, if anything like that's coming up, then we could greet that, let it be here as well. What comes up when we look at those three phrases? We are in this together. I'm not alone. I can do my part. And some of what we might need is reassurance. Maybe there's a young part of us that's really scared. And we could be here and be present and solid and grounded. and reassure that part of ourselves that we're not alone. That part of us is in our attention, it's in our heart. We're not going to disappear and let that part just be on its own anymore. And we could do that by bringing that part of us into our heart, by wrapping our arms around ourselves, by visualizing them. Whatever comes to you as the right thing to do. I'm not alone. I have myself. Really settle into that. I'm not alone. Not anymore. And I'm not alone in this experience. People all over the world and in my community and in my online community are having a similar experience. I'm not alone in this experience. Really breathe that in. Let yourself know that in your mind. And also let that kind of settle through and assimilate through your body. And notice your heartfelt desire to help. There might be fear, there might be hopelessness, there might be all kinds of other things in there too. Right now, we're really going to invite forward that part of us that knows what to do and that knows how to help. And our heartfelt desire to help and be of service right now. We might visualize the strength of our strong body. As we're standing, we're powerful. We can feel our groundedness. Or we might tap into that love and compassion we have in our heart. Whatever that is for you, let's take a moment to really settle into that. I can do my part. I can be of service, of help. And even though it might be kind of intense, or we might feel a threat in being present with ourselves and with other people, we could really see ourselves in each other. In the movie Avatar, they use the phrase, I see you. And it meant on a very deep level. So as you're sitting with these phrases, I'll read them. Seeing yourself, I see my soul, my true essence. I see who I really am. I respect and love and honor myself. I connect within. I'm not alone. I see myself. And then bring to mind a person or a group of people. I see you. We're in this together. I recognize and acknowledge you. I see your nervous system. I see your fear. I see your strength. I see your soul and who you really are, your true essence. Let yourself really feel that in your body so that it's not just words. Feel it in your heart. I respect you. I salute you. I honor and love you. And I recognize you. I connect with you. You are not alone. And notice if your mind is going off into something else or if you're feeling a little disconnected, just come right back into your body. Notice your breath. And begin to bring in all of the ways that you could be connected, that you could be of service, that you could use your strength. One of the ways is around connection. I could stay connected with myself. I could be kind and compassionate with myself. Let yourself feel into that. I can stay connected with myself. There might be a practicality around looking at threat, even though there's a virus that can pass from human to human. What is the actual level of protection that I need? We can physically distance ourselves for sure. And can we be emotionally connected? Can we have compassion for each other? And what might that look like? It might be something simple like sharing a favorite song on Facebook or making heart likes on Facebook or wonderful comments of encouragement. It could be phoning somebody or just touching in with somebody. How is it for you right now? One of the greatest gifts we can give people is that we listen to them. Certainly, one of the greatest gifts we could give to ourselves. We see ourselves, we listen, we connect with ourselves. And that's the same for other people. We long for connection, and we can give that to each other. What might that look like for you? This can be more challenging when we're feeling such a need ourselves, when we feel shaky or afraid. We're tired, we're irritable, we're shut down. And as Viktor Frankl talks about that challenge to transform ourselves, how could you work with that right now? Could you give someone the gift of listening, of reassuring them, of letting them talk first? Bring that up as a visual if that's what's coming, or an example of someone you might do this with. Notice what it feels like in your body as you visualize being really present for somebody and really hearing them. And if you're the one who usually sits with other people and listens to them, bring that into a real sense of, I'm going to allow them the gift of supporting me. And what might that look like? I could share my fear and vulnerability. Stay really connected with your seat, your feet, your breath. The quote from this class at the beginning is, the greatest gift you can give the world is a peaceful mind, from my meditation teacher, Swami Veda. Let's take a moment before we finish the inquiry to really feel into that. I can do this. I can work with my mind. I could spread peace and compassion and kindness. And I could work with what I need in the moment. I could reach out for help, and I could also be strong and resilient in me. That's another way that I can do my part. Feel the breath in your body. Relax your shoulders. Let your mind settle. And then when you're ready, open your eyes.